my day, not doing an important job, but not one that had much impact, I took out all the nails and the screws from the delightful understairs cupboard. I had to take the burglar alarm box down. There were loads of nails and screws in here. Clean the floor, you can't see in there really. Clean the floor, and now I have to spray for woodworm. So there's woodworm, you can't really see, the light's not good enough, but there's woodworm all along this wall. So I need to spray all of that. I've done most of the rest of things, and this is all the stuff that I had to take out. It seemed to take me a long time to get cables and screws and wall plugs and things out. But we're getting there. That cupboard's nearly done, and then I have to think about how I'm going to use that for storage. So yeah, I need to do the woodworming spray now, so I've got to get kitted up with mask and goggles and gloves to do the spraying in there. Another job that I did today was I took off there were two different types of draft proofing, one on top of the other, all around the door. So I've taken that off, and actually it looks quite a lot better. I don't think I took a before picture, but it does look quite a lot better without this. It had like a black brush. I also took out the large postal box thing and revealed some more of the tiles which are going to need some work, and brushed the ceiling, but not terribly well, of this, absolutely full of cobwebs and dust. And then coming back inside, I then took all the tacks, the wall plugs, everything out, all these holes, thumbtacks all around all the door frames, tacks that had cables. So when the house was originally wired, some cables were run inside the walls, but after that, subsequent wiring, when they wanted extra plugs or anything, or when the burglar alarm was fitted, it all went around door frames with tacks. So little cable hooks. There was when we came, there was trunking all along the top edge there that ran the burglar alarm cables and the electrics. And there were tacks all over the place, particularly around the door frames and the skirting boards. Sometimes you get them on the walls where they've just run a cable up a wall. I guess it was the quickest way. But we've got most of the wall plugs out, so I think the hallway and the landing, I've done upstairs as well, I think that's all free of the remnants of any hooks and things, so we can start sanding, so we're ready for sanding when we get to that. And then upstairs we've done some more wall plug removing. My mum did that. Some of them are really difficult to get out. We'll go and have a look at that now. Come up the stairs, and we're going to go into the back room on the right hand side. This will be Ollie and my bedroom, and that cupboard has gone today, which is good. There's some interesting wallpaper. So that cupboard's been there quite a long time. I haven't seen that wallpaper anywhere else. That was behind the cupboard. That wall going to need a decent amount of tidying up, and there's some massive nails in the wall there, so they need to come out. But the cupboard's gone, which I think is the right call for in here. And then all these wall plugs, most of them have come out. There's a few that have been marked that we're going to have to, Mum's drawn a circle around the ones that she couldn't get out, and it looks like, I don't think I gave her a ladder, so none of the top ones have been done either, but she's done a really good job. There are a lot. It's a lot of work, and some of them come out so easily, and others of them, you just, no matter how hard you try, you just can't get them out, and others just pop out with your fingers. But yeah, oh, there's more screws in the wall here. Everywhere you look, you find yet another problem. I say problem, another thing. More screws up there. Massive cobweb around the window frame he's fixing. Everywhere you look. Now I still have to take out these. This collection of cables, which we've cut out. I don't know if I mentioned when we moved in, when we got the keys rather, there were two enormous satellite dishes in the garden, and these cables run all around the outside of the house. from the satellite dishes that were in the front. We believe the gentleman that lived here was keen on amateur radio, and that's what all that's for. Unfortunately, of course, it's made a big mess, not so much of the inside. I mean, it's fillable, but outside, I can't get this window open yet, but outside it's made a bit of a mess. There's a lot of filler and it's not great. And in places it's made the wood rot where the damp's got in. So they need to come out of here. They've been cut out later, further down. But yeah, this window is pretty good, apart from that bit at the bottom. And we'll need to put up some kind of blind, because obviously we don't want to look straight in at our neighbours all the time. It's not very nice for them. Need to take the door furniture off. That rather hideous. I mean, it's quite cute that it's got space stickers on it and car stickers from when, I'm assuming from when the man that lived here was a child, but I could be wrong about that. I'm not sure how long he lived here for, but they're quite dirty. I mean, this black is just dirt that's just not been washed off. This as well is dirt. And the doors, apart from the filth, the doors are actually in pretty good condition. They're nice doors. So we will, I think, take them off, have them dipped maybe, not sure. But certainly we'll be keeping them, but they are really filthy and they need a really good scrub and a really good sand and some new handles, because I think that's pretty hideous. So yeah, it's taking shape. That wall I think is just going to have, I think we're just going to fill in here and not plaster. I think we'll be able to move in. I think we'll be able to move in and not plaster this room, and then we can do it at some point in the future. It's important that we move in fairly quickly. I mean, it's April now, end of April now. We probably want to be in by August, and I think that realistically this room, you know, it has patches, but we've got bigger problems. Like this problem. I say problem, it looks awful, it's fixable, and still this problem. I'm trying desperately to let air in and for this to dry, but it's not really drying yet. And last week when I made a video and I took that ceiling down, I said I would clear this mess up the next day. I still haven't. Just don't really fancy it, to be honest. I made so much mess. There's loads, I don't know if you can see on there, but we've got loads of shelving plugs wall plugs to come out in here too. All of these ones. What on earth did they need to keep on all these shelves? I don't know. That wall as well. You see that? Every single surface is covered in the things. But I do need to tidy up in here. I mean, this is quite a mess. And yeah, sad ceiling.